What are you doing? What the hell is he doing? Alright gang, welcome back to our Broke to Billionaire challenge on Ohio Richlands. You join me as we're back here in the back. I said many episodes ago that I wanted to put a little shed back here, and we have done so. So this is our little shed. We actually utilize this same shed in our 200 horsepower challenge. Really don't use it very often in that, so we're going to utilize it again here. It's a very nice small shed. That's really all I wanted for back here. It is a little bit tighter than I wanted it to be between here and this tree, but we'll see how things go. I also removed our little bridge back here in the process of doing all this work. We may add it back, but I don't necessarily think we need it. Excuse me, gang. Because we can easily drive right down through here. So we got a little more work to do as well. You can see I have bought a lizard, what do you, I don't even know what you call this thing, the Mulcher 3000. This has allowed me to remove the stumps back here that were causing us some issues, so we can actually continue to clean this up back here. We actually have spent more money than that. That cost about $10,000. I think that shed was a couple thousand, $2,000 or $3,000. We also bought something else. You may be able to see it ever so far in the distance. We will talk about that soon enough, but not yet. I actually have the worker actively in the process of harvesting here. You can see he's harvested a ton of the field already, actually. And we already have almost a half of trailer load here. Just mostly because you've seen this happen many times, and we're going to take over for him very soon once we're done back there. We need to do a little bit more work back there, and then we'll let the worker have a break for a minute, and we'll take over doing the rest of this harvest. There's still probably half the field in here. It's all soybeans, and they're not the best to sell right now, but they're not bad. So we may keep the soybeans in the silo for a little while here. The best average is 6,495 in July. It's currently May, so it is going up. It's going to go up drastically the next 2 months, which is kind of why I think I'm going to wait. It's going up now. It's 5,144, which it's not bad, but that's still almost $1,500 less than what we could get if we waited for a few months. We don't necessarily need the money right now. We may, but we don't need the money right now, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. And then the only other thing I did, while we're going to do a little bit more work back here, but I'll show it to you quickly. I said a couple episodes ago, I wanted to start working on a track to come back here, and we have done that. It's a very small track. I'm not going to make it any bigger than this. For whatever reason, it will not allow me to paint over this grass. It doesn't say anything about it not being my land until I get closer to here. But I'm not allowed to paint this over for some reason. So we took a little bit more out of the crop field than I probably initially wanted to do. But it's just going to stay as a very skinny pathway, and we can utilize some of this grass if we need to, like for the harvester and things like that. So we will clean that up as well. Whenever this field is ready to harvest, we can go ahead and fix that on that side. We're also, when this field's ready to harvest, going to fix this very terribly made line between these two fields. I'm going to try to make it a little bit more straight and clean. So we'll work on that soon enough too, but just kind of wanted to give you a ballpark of what I have been doing. Now, I don't know how much of this is actually going to let me paint right now. It probably won't let me paint any of it, but I'm hoping for a little bit. It's not letting me paint any of it. So, like, that's the extent. Like, I can't paint any more than this right here, which I guess makes sense. That kind of matches up with the path we're going to be making. So, we're going to have to just live with it. That's going to be the paint right there. We're not going to be able to do any more than that, so we'll have to live with it for now. But I think once we're able to make this pathway here, I think we'll be able to keep this tree here. I don't think it's going to be in the way. Well, at least I hope it's not going to be in the way. Like I said, I like trees. I don't really want to get rid of trees as much as I can, but for what I wanted to do back here, my idea that I wanted to do back here, we kind of are going to have to get rid of some of them, which we've already done. One other thing to note while we're up here in this air view, this bird's eye perspective, I made a little modification over here. I expanded this section. So I got rid of, there's a tree like right here. I got rid of that and expanded this out. So we've got a bigger field here and a bigger entry into this other field to combine it. So eventually, now that we have that mulcher, we'll get rid of this tree and this tree. And you can see the branches that I cut from this one. I just threw them over here for now. We'll get rid of those and we'll combine, we'll make this all a full field. an awkwardly shaped field, but at least it'll be easier for the worker whenever we do put something on a worker to do something in this field, I should say. So that's kind of what I've done in the off camera, right? We need to try, if it'll let me, to flatten this out a little bit more coming down here. It looks like it's going to, so that's good. It's letting me flatten it out. Perfect. That's kind of what we wanted. So, if we go back here and look at it, it should be... This is the problem right here. I've got to get rid of that. You see how that's sticking up? We're doing a little bit of a different approach on this episode, I guess, is what I should say, at least at the beginning. It's not going to let me. And I'm suspecting it has to do with that tree there, potentially. But I don't know. As far as putting down... the bridge, I might have got rid of that bridge altogether, but there's a potential. We could do a ramp. A ramp would be cool. It won't let me do it. Overlaps another object. Let me do it there, though. Odd. I wish it was like here, because that would be perfect, but it will not. I think it's because it's going so far down in the ground that it thinks that. If we were able to do something like that, that'd be sweet, but it really wouldn't be realistic. It'd block the water up, right? So it wouldn't be that realistic. So I think we'll leave it be for now. Maybe we'll add it back, maybe we won't. That's going to be a little bit of a bothersome thing, so we may have to get rid of this tree, even though I really don't want to. But let's just, we'll drive over it a few times, we'll see how it goes, because we do have to fertilize this field, so we'll really figure it out here soon enough. Now, as far as putting anything back here, I don't have any plans for it yet. My initial goal, and the reason why I wanted to do this, is that this field back here is going to be something that's constantly always the same thing, and probably like corn or soybeans. That's kind of, or not soybeans, corn or sunflowers. That's kind of my vision there, and the reason why we have this is we could keep, like, you know, the drill back here, a cultivator, all that stuff. We could keep it back here, but we'll see. We'll see. That's kind of where my head's at least. So this is more of a future upgrade, I guess is what I should say, than anything else. But something I wanted to do. I've been mentioning it for a number of episodes and didn't want it to seem like I just completely forgot about doing that. So we have done so. Now, the other barn, far in the back right corner, you can see, that is something brand new as well. We don't have... It's technically a production, but it's not really a production, and I'll explain what I mean here in just a second. So it's technically a production that is being utilized by an animal, and what it does is when you put bees down, it will turn the bees into pallets. It'll basically spawn the pallets of bees there. Let me see if I can drive over this, because we're not going to be able to take it anyway. Yep, it's acting like it's the neighbors though. But anyway, so it'll basically spawn all of our bee pellets back there. I thought it was a good addition. It's different than what we normally do with bees. Normally we just kind of spawn them on the ground, a little unrealistic. That's a little more realistic, because it's actually going to have a location that they're going to be spawned at. So we'll go back there, we'll take a look at this real quick, and then we'll probably take over for the worker here. We'll touch up some of the sections that he was unable to do. We probably will throw a worker all the way back there in the back doing some fertilization back there. And then we'll probably start drilling this field immediately. Like I said, I don't really want... I mean, we can, but I don't really want to leave that field open. I think we're going to have enough to do in the next episode when probably that canola is ready to go. And we got to clean up the way that field looks. Try to make it a little neater. So I'm just kind of... I'm going to have to figure something out, I think, for the skid steer and all the little implements we got. We just kind of laying them all over there. Eventually, we're going to have so much equipment that we're going to need this barn for that equipment. So we're going to have to find somewhere else to probably start stacking those. But anyway, let's get... we use the new Star ST Max 180. Let's get the fertilizer, and we'll get back there and we can throw this on a worker. He's not going to be perfect at it. He's definitely going to miss a lot, but we can always clean that up afterwards. Try to get the camera down here so you don't get the bouncing effect of the beams. I'm going to fill this up while we're here. Perfect. And we can use our new little track here. Like I said, it's a very small track, but it is wide enough for our tractors and any implement we're pulling from the tractor for the most part. The harvester is where the issue will arise, but we can certainly just throw that partially, the half of it, onto the grass. It's not going to harm it because it's just grass we can't even do anything with anyway. They almost have a full grain tank, so we have to go pick that up. Here's going to be our test right here. How bad is it? It's pretty bumpy, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad. All right, we're going to put that worker on that. We'll see what they do. All right, they are not doing what I want them to do, so let's change that up immediately. I'm actually going to maybe try something different for the worker. So we need to bring the sprayer back here. There's a little section, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a little section there I saw with some weeds growing. There's a bigger section here. So we'll have to bring the sprayer back down here, touch that up a little bit. No, they have not. It's not going to let me do it. It's not going to let me do it. No way. I'm going to have to do this myself. Wow. That's not what I was expecting to do today, if I'm honest with you, gang. Well, now it's going. I don't know what the issue was there. Well, now he's turning around. What's he doing? These workers are idiots on this map. I'm telling you. This is this is another time we've had... Oh my gosh, what are you doing? What is he doing? Okay, well, whatever. At least it's doing some of it, I guess. Let's take over for this worker here. It's going to be full here in just a second anyway. That trailer is probably nearly full as it is, so we're going to have to unload that pretty quickly here. And there we go. %. Yeah, it's definitely going to have to be unloaded pretty daggone quickly here. I'll have to keep an eye on that worker and make sure he doesn't go into the canola field, because that would just be par for the course. Where are you going now? What is he doing? I mean, he's all over the place. But at least he's doing some of it, I guess. It's still going to be near impossible, though, for me to... it's going to be near impossible for me to clean up. I'm going to have to be looking at that map so much just to clean that up. Gosh, these workers. Sometimes it's just better to do things yourself. So my goal here, as I said, we're going to go look at that shed, the honey shed, as I'm going to call it, in a minute. But my goal here is we're going to put bees kind of lined throughout our little pathway we're trying to make here as much as I can, right? That way, whenever we do put canola in, it'll help increase the yield ever so slightly. And we'll get a little bit more crop out of it. Well, that's my goal, at least. We'll see if it actually works out. But that's my goal. Which is why I said we may have to spend a little bit of money today. If we still want to get that grass field today. Which I don't know for sure if we will or not. I kind of want to. I just don't know for sure if we'll get it or not. Okay, well, he's doing some of it, at least, I guess. I'm just going to keep an eye on him. It's not going to take us long to get this full again, but I figured I'll just run through the this pass here of the headland, which we typically would do ourselves to be able to help the worker out and make sure they're not confused. And this probably will get us to 100% again. Why are you fertilizing a field that's almost ready to go? What are you doing? What the hell is he doing? I just gotta hope he goes to the end here, and I can pick him up and not waste as much crop. Oh my gosh. What an absolute moron. The fertilizing is where the problem is. Every time I put it on a fertilization, they screw it up. Thank God. Alright, we're going to have to do all this ourselves, I guess. Let me, oh my goodness. He's such an idiot. I mean, I've never seen anything like this in my life. Ugh. Morons. Alright, well, we'll go ahead and we'll put a worker back doing the harvesting. Unfortunately, we're not going to get to the whole lot of the harvesting, on camera today. I was hoping for it. Ooh, I didn't turn it on. Turn it on there, Z. Just wasted some crop there, but that's alright. Wasn't that much. Alright. The worker can do that. I will take over for this. Good gracious. Look at this. Look at that. Why are they such idiots? Why? I don't understand. Like, there's clearly a creek between it. There's clearly a separate field. Why would you keep going? Oh my gosh, I don't understand these people. I really don't. This is why you have to go around the headland, Z. This is it. This is the reason. If you don't go around the headland, this is what happens. Alright, I'm gonna get this done. Alright, gang, so that was an entirely too long of a time-lapse, I know that, I apologize, but I wanted to get some stuff done. We did get everything harvested. There is that tree over there that is still causing mayhem. I don't think I can cut it. I'm pretty sure I tried that once before. I'll try it again, but it's causing issues there on the edge, not allowing me to drill or really harvest it either. It was having issues with that as well. But we got a good chunk of the field already drilled, which is good. The worker did a decent job, but we're just kind of doing some touch-up work here. We're going to throw it back on a worker. We're going to let him go for a little bit longer, and then we'll jump in and probably start doing the fertilizing and the spraying pretty quickly. But I want to go over there and take a look at our honey pallet production that I talked about, where they were going to be spawning. I talked about showing that to you. I still haven't done so yet, so we need to go do that. So let's go walk over there and check it out. So I kind of threw it back here behind the barn, kind of out of the way. But it's basically just another barn that is production with a garage, and they should spawn right here. I believe to get it set up, I have to go back here. Yes, we want to turn that on, so honey turns into honey. It basically just will spawn those end pallets out here. It's a nice little ramp up to it, little hill up to it. So I think it looks good back here, though. I kind of like it back out of the way. Still gives us plenty of room out here in this grass field to work with when we want to put more stuff down. But my vision, at least, is, let me show you what I'm talking about, is when we get bees, ideally we get these big ones, right? And ideally we stick them here, right? Because it's going to let me do it in the grass here. Now, it does mean what I was talking about earlier in the episode. We may have to modify that a little bit and make this path a little bit bigger. But we'll see how things go. But if we stick these going up our path, you know, as many as we can do, as much as we can do, as many as we can do here, we can get a lot of money. I mean, a lot of money out of this. Because we could put them right next to each other. They are expensive, which is part of the problem, right? So I don't know if we're going to put anything down today, because I mentioned before, I wanted to buy this grass field down here. Let's go take a look at it one more time, at least from a bird's eye view. It's over here past the trees, yes. So I was thinking of buying this grass field, right? We have the stuff we need, with the exception of a mower. As far as the actual field itself, I think it's right around the amount of money we have now. We may have to sell something to be able to get a mower, but we can mow it in the next episode. This episode's going to be long already, as it is. So yeah, 43,545. We wouldn't need any kind of a massive mower, but if we buy more plots of grass, like this one, for example, is on our radar, we really should have a bigger one. That one too, right? We should have a bigger mower so it's easier for us to do. There are some really tiny ones over here, but those are really far away, at least at current. So I don't think I want to buy those yet. I'd rather just stay in this region with these smaller fields first, and then branch out from there. We really need to get like 6, but it's 1.1 million. It's a lot of money. So really, if we can get like 2 and 10, 9, 8, if we can get all of these in this vicinity that are still close to us, that's going to make it a lot better for us. 21 back here would be nice too, or 33, whichever way you want to look at it. But that's still 500,000, so it's a lot of money. So that's another reason why I'm kind of waiting to sell this product, right? We need to get the best price because we've got a lot of things to do. So I think we will buy the grass field today, but we probably won't do anything with it today. So let's just go ahead and buy it before we've been kind of wishy-washy on it. Let's just go ahead and buy it. It gives us $3,130. It's not a lot of money. It's really not. But it should be enough for us to finish this field. We have everything we need. With the exception of maybe some more seeds. The drill might need more seeds. We'll have to see. Let's get fertilizing. We might need more fertilizer actually as well, now that I'm seeing this. But we'll see. We do have some liquid fertilizer we can utilize if we absolutely have to, if we run out of money. But I'm hopeful that won't be the case. So we're probably going to catch up to the worker pretty quickly. This is a much wider spread, obviously, than that than the drill, as you would kind of expect, right? So we're probably going to catch up pretty quickly. So we'll probably be kind of doing an alternation of doing this or putting on the herbicide sprayer. I won't put another time lapse in. We'll probably just do a jump cut because that was a very, very long time lapse. I don't want to do another one. It's just too many time lapses in an episode. I think it's a little much. Draws away from the real reason for doing this, right? For those of you that are still watching to this point, how are we all doing today? Everybody doing good? Hopefully so. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. Things are good. Busy at work, but otherwise things are good. Things are good with me. Now, I know that Crust2 has started a new challenge. It is similar to my Gator challenge that I'm running. It's not exactly the same. Actually, it's more difficult, I think, than the one I'm running. Our Gator challenge is actually pretty close at the time of this, probably, at the time you're actually watching this. It's probably pretty close to being complete. We'll probably have the loan paid off and are pretty successful, so it's probably winding down, I would think, at this point, if it hasn't done so already. I guess my question, my thought is, do I jump into that challenge, even though I'm actively or just finished a Gator challenge? And it's a slightly different challenge, though. It does utilize a Gator, but it is slightly different. Or do I, do something else and maybe come and do that later for like a version 2 of our Gator challenge? Definitely a more difficult challenge. It's on hard economy, seasonal growths on, all that stuff. So it's definitely more difficult, but you are able to do contracts, which most of my series, with the exception of my campaign playthrough, which there's really not a whole lot of rules at all in the campaign playthrough, you're not allowed to do any of that, right? I don't like doing contracts. I think it's just a cheap way to make money in the game. So, but that one, you start with $0, you got to get to $1 million. So it's very similar to this challenge, right? This one, I'm starting with $0 and I got to get to $1 billion. So I don't know. I don't know if having two of those series, similar series, right? One get to $1 million, one get to $1 billion. I don't know if having two of those type of series on the channel at the exact same time makes sense, or if it would even be enjoyable or something you guys would want to watch. So I guess let me know down below your thoughts on that. I may have already made my decision by the time this is released. I don't know, but yeah, let me know your thoughts. Would that bother you, having two challenges that are relatively in the same liked mindset of trying to get from $0 to a certain dollar point? Granted, the one that we would do for this challenge with Crust2 is, well, a lot more difficult. I guess. I don't know. That's not really the correct word. This is a very difficult challenge, I think. $1 billion is a lot, but as far as your actual starting, what you're starting out with, it's more difficult because you literally only start out with a Gator and the hitch. You don't start out with the trailer, nothing, no money, no chainsaw, nothing. I don't know. Who knows? I might be already doing it. We'll see how things go, but let me know your thoughts one way or another, either way. So I know recently Crust2 also had mentioned that he asked a question, I guess. If you guys prefer time lapses whenever there's a lot of things to get done and not a whole lot to talk about, or do you just prefer to, hear the sounds of the game and the tractors and the equipment versus actually, getting a music time lapse, right? Like, what do you guys prefer? I normally have done, well, I always have done, I guess, the music time lapse, but Maybe every once in a while I should just throw in a, you know, real-time portion that doesn't have any video or any kind of speed up, right? It's just me sitting here doing the work without talking to you. I don't know. Let me know down below. What are your thoughts on that? I feel like that might get a little boring, not having some kind of music in the background or me talking to you, something like that. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. We're almost done here with the, well, we're almost caught up, I should say, with the herbicide. We are going to run out of herbicide. We're going to need more. Too far. That's what we want. Don't need to be wasting all that herbicide on such a small little section. There is another tiny little strip over there. You might be able to see it from here. We'll have to go over there and touch that up too. And then we can jump back into our fertilizer spreader and get spreading for the remainder, I guess some of the remainder, that we haven't hit yet. The workers should be done by the time we catch up to it with the fertilizer spreading. And then at that point we can go take that tractor and throw it on the roller and get the rolling going. You guys know I can't stand the rolling, so I will not be doing a whole lot of that rolling. Only what I have to. Let's see if we can find that little section here. I think it's right here. Yep, there it is. These are truly massive fields, so we should, when we sell the soybeans here in the next episode or the following one, whichever it may be, probably the next episode, we have to sell at least some of it because we got to get a mower. They're going to make us a ton of money, though. It's going to make us so much money. Well, we decided to put in barley here. I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but that's what we did. We did barley. I think that's mostly it. I don't think I missed anything there. I might have, but I don't think I did. I'm going to leave this here for now. We'll turn that off. Let's go back into here. I don't know why I unhitched here, but I did. We probably, like I said, are going to need some more fertilizer here, but let's just see. Let's just see what we get to. I did leave a specific little stripe here to try to, you know, let me know where the pass was that I stopped at. I think it's this little line right here. Well, mostly a line, I guess. It's not all there, but it's going to go over it a little bit, but that's okay. Not a big deal. I have no idea what our worker's doing here. He's just backing up. No clue what he's doing. He's still backing up. No idea what he's doing. What does he do? What are these workers are absolute morons on this map, I'm telling you. They're idiots. Don't understand why. They have so many issues. But they do. And now he's turning around. What is he doing? What the hell is he doing? Oh, look, there's Byron in a truck today. What is he doing? What is he doing? Oh my gosh, these people are morons, I'm telling you. Let's just do this little touch-up right here if we can. There's this section here with this tree. I'm going to try to take it out right now. I don't know if it's going to let me. I'm going to try. It's this tree right here that's causing issues. Let's just push this over here for right now. Let's see if it lets me drive over there without hitting an invisible wall now. Hey, look at that. Look at that. We did it. We're able to get the rest of it now. Get rid of that stupid tree. I swear I tried that before, but maybe I didn't. Let's fold this away. We'll go put this away here real quick. I'm going to see if I can throw this on a worker and see if the worker can do this properly without... Well, maybe I shouldn't. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. After what we just witnessed over there with the other worker, I just thought better of it. And I'm like, better not. Because he might just keep on going straight over into that field over there. Because this initially was one big, massive field, and we turned it into two, right? So I better not. So let's move this out of the way, and then I think I'm going to actually throw the worker on the spraying. We'll have to go around the headland there. That's the only way we can really prevent them from going into the other field. Let's move this out of the way, and we'll take the around the headland. It should only be a few passes, and it should be good to go. Once we get here to the end, we probably can throw it on a worker going that way. It shouldn't be an issue going that way. Well, they might miss some of it, but we can touch that up. It's not really that big of a deal to touch that up. I'd rather just, you know, while I'm putting stuff away, I'd rather just have some of this being done for me. It might run out. It probably will, actually. We've still got 1/3 of the field to do. It's probably going to run out. We probably have to fill it back up, unfortunately, but oh well. Alright, it's on a worker. Let's get this going. So guess what, gang? The answer was no, you cannot put it on a worker. He was an idiot. But he did get the rest of this done, so I guess I can't really complain. Once he finishes this pass, at least, he'll be done with that. So I guess I can't complain that much, but... So probably what we'll do with the field right here when we're done, when we're ready to harvest that, we're probably going to put canola in there again, and we'll put our first section of bees over there, and this section we have yet to work on as far as a path and everything to get back to the other field. We'll probably put, like I said, canola in there. That way we'll get a little bit of a higher yield because of the bees, right? At least that's my initial thought. Okay. This worker's an idiot. Let's get around the headland here. Getting to see me do rolling. My most hated job. So today was just basically a, you know, housekeeping episode with the exception of harvesting. We really didn't do a whole lot else. We did buy that new grass field back there. We worked a little bit in the back there on the shed for the future. And we got the stump grinder, which is fantastic. That's going to be so helpful for us because we've got a lot of trees that, as we carry on here, I'll probably remove when we need to. Also allows us to buy, realistically, we could buy a field that, well, a plot of land, I guess I should say, that has trees on it, right? Because we'd be able to buy that, sell all the trees from it, remove the stumps, and then we could turn that into an actual field. I'm going to actually put the worker on rolling back here. We'll just see how it goes. Probably got the takeover for it over there, but I really can't put it, or at least go down that. Well, I can, but I'd rather spray it before I roll it. Just think it looks better. Oh, he's out. That's what it was. He's out. Okay, that makes more sense. So this is probably going to take up most of our money here. Well, probably another 1,000 at least. 1,200, I think, is what it costs to fill this up. Which is the nice thing, I guess, about this is I don't have to buy a full IPC to fill it up. Yep, 1,200 liters is 1,000 is what it costs, though. $1,008 to be exact. Okay, he's gonna keep going. All right, it's fine with me. So we'll finish this spraying, gang, and that'll be it for this episode. So I think we'll go ahead and I'll just do most of this off camera. So we'll leave this episode here at this point. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe if you're new. It's free. Helps me a ton. If you have any thoughts, questions, comments, or ideas, please let me know down below. I'm happy to get back to you on those. Let me know again about what I mentioned with Crestu, if you think that's something that you would be interested in watching or seeing, or if it bothers you that we'd have two challenges that are in the same basic end goal of getting to a certain dollar amount. Let me know all about all that stuff. Links to my other channels are down below in the description. Links to the Discord, all that good stuff, also down there. I post any video for all of my channels that I populate out there on that Discord, so it's an easy way to find anything if you need to. And yeah, with that, we'll leave it there. Until next time, gang, we'll see you all in the next episode. We gotta figure out a way to fix these stupid workers.